Hello again. Now, it is presumed that for the elections, the opposition parties are those that engage in vigorous campaigning. After all, they don't have the resources that come easily to the governing parties, and yet they must go all out to match the governing parties boot for boot in campaigning in their bid to win the hearts and minds of the electorate. But what would cause a governing party to marshal all its members to campaign vigorously on the ground in a manner that the opposition parties are doing? Well, the president, John Dramani Mahama, who's also the NDC's presidential candidate, has been justifying why the governing party has been doing that. He's taken his campaign to the Upper West region, and as he called on the Wana earlier today, he justified that. Listen.
Sea of NDC supporters converged at the Wa airstrip to give President John Dramani Mahama a rousing welcome. His first point of call was Durmu, where he met members of the Traditional Council and supporters of the NDC before heading to Jamboso to inspect work on the Wa water project. The $51.5 million project is being financed from a loan facility from the Korean Exim Bank. The project, which is almost completed, will supply 3.3 million gallons of water a day to Wa and its surrounding communities. President Mahama demonstrated his excitement on the progress of work at the site by sprinkling the water on the supporters of the party. He rounded his tour of the Wa West constituency at Wuchao, where he met the traditional rulers and also addressed supporters of the party. President Mahama stated that, contrary to the perception that the health insurance scheme was collapsed, it was further being expanded and made better to serve the people.
Every year, we pay to hospitals, polyclinics, chips compounds more than 1 billion Ghana cedis on behalf of NHIS card users. Under this government, the NHIS we inherited, we have not only expanded it, but we have made it even better. If you look at the number of diseases that it's able to cover, you go to other countries, you will never get that cover under any health insurance. You will never get that cover. For instance, most of the countries you go to, if you have an hernia and they have to operate, NHIS does not cover it. But here in Ghana, if you have hernias, they're covered by NHIS. Even breast cancers for women, treatment is covered by NHIS. Cervical cancer covered by NHIS. And so we have one of the widest benefits in terms of disease coverage. And we have one of the widest benefits in terms of medication. 550 or more medicines can be supplied under the NHIS. So the NHIS is growing bigger and better. And what NDC has proposed is that from 2017, we should take some of the oil revenues, a percentage of the oil revenues, and put it into the NHIS.
He assured supporters of the party, based on the tremendous work that he has done for the country for the past 4 years, he has no doubt that Ghanaians will retain him at the presidency to continue with the good works.
I want to assure you that our support is building up so massively in all the regions. In the Western region, in the Central region, in Greater Accra, in Volta, in Bronga Hafo, even in Ashanti region. That's a good point. In the Eastern region, we have massive support. In 2012, we got 43% of the votes in this region. This year we say we're going to get 50%, we're going to share it. Let nobody come and deceive you that somebody is winning the election. NDC and JM are winning the election of 7 December 2016.
The president is expected to visit Fancy, Issa, Buse and Dafiema to run up his first day campaign tour of the region. Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam, Jamboso.
Let's stay on the NDC because the party's Deputy General Secretary, Koko Anyudoho, has also been campaigning, but this time in the Ashanti region, where he has said that the party will guard against any acts of intimidation that will scare away voters on election day. Although he declared that the NDC supporters will not take the law into their own hands, he says they will protect the ballot by casting their votes freely. Listen.
But let nobody take this election for granted. And let nobody think they can intimidate anybody. The President of the Republic is resolute. The NDC is resolute. We will not take the law into our own hands, but we shall protect the ballot and the thumb of every voter. Let them dare. Let them dare. Let them dare. And they will see the upper hand of the law. Where we are now as a people, we need only 4 more years as a government, and would have reached a certain level of development that will make us continue to look forward and never look backwards. Let us have confidence in President Mahama, what he is doing. I will not bore you too much with statistics, this and that, this and that. You know yourselves what is happening.
Let's go back to the northern region where campaigning is heating up, but not for the NDC, but the Convention People's Party's presidential candidate, Ivor Greenstreet. As you may be aware, he's also been campaigning in the northern region to be specific. And earlier today, he called on some chiefs and people of the northern region. We can see some excerpts of that.
We are seeking your blessing and your guidance for this election. You know, Chief, NDC and MPP, they have been there a long time. But up until today, after all their 24 years of being there, even Nyankpala, where we are today, you don't have water. You have a water problem here. I know that maybe UDS, they are close to the boundary of Kumbungu, so they are able to have water for the university there. But this whole township here, you don't have access to water. And I know up until today, you still have a lot of problems with your farming in terms of access to the fertilizer and the mechanization and the needs that you need for the farmers here. And I know that you are dependent on rainfall for agriculture. There's no dams here and no collection of water. So you know what Kwame Nkrumah did for the 3 northern regions. And therefore you know the foundation of Convention People's Party is very strong. And so we believe that in this professional educationalist and also a professional accountant with his intelligence and his capacity, we believe he is the right kind of person who can best represent the interests of your constituency in Parliament come December 2016. Because up until now, those who have gone before you have not been able to provide you with the solutions to your problems. So once they have been there and you have tried them all this time and still they are not able to provide you with the solutions to your problem, why do you continue going down the same road which is leading to nowhere?
So that was a CPP presidential candidate, Ivor Greenstreet. They're appealing to voters in the northern region to vote for the party's parliamentary candidates there. Now let's move on to the MPP. And now during the campaigns, some politicians from either side of the divide have had occasion to campaign along the lines of ethnicity and tribalism, although respected members of society have cautioned against it. Well, the 2016 presidential candidate of the MPP, Nana Akufo-Addo, has raised the issue again as he wraps up his campaign of the eastern region. Whilst campaigning in Asino in the Fantiakwa South District constituency of the eastern region, the MPP leader told supporters there that, unlike President Mahama, he will never tell the people of his home region to vote for him simply because he hails from there. Let's get on the lines and get an update from Maxwell Kudeko, who is with our sister station, Adom FM. Good afternoon to you, Maxwell. Now, obviously, the eastern region is the stronghold of the MPP, and that is where Nana Akufo-Addo hails from. So it's understandable that he would say that, you know, or for people to expect him, people to vote for him along those lines. But what has his campaign message been, even as he tours the Osino area?
Well, Nana has been talking or he's been campaigning about job creation and then also opportunities for all Ghanaians after this year's election. He says that the issue of tribal politics have a far-reaching consequences on every country. So if politicians move out to canvass for votes, they must do well to desist from sentiments or comments that portray, or if you like, tell the people to follow them because of their ethnic group or where they are coming from. The leadership must be on competence based, and then also the quality of what the person who aspires to lead who brings on board. We ask the people of the Eastern region to rally behind him because he has got the best of policies that is going to help create jobs and create opportunities for the people of Ghana. He talked about his one district, one factory policy, and then also the $1 million every constituency will benefit under his administration. He has also been talking about his initiative or policy on education, and then also how we want to open the education gap, and then also ensure that adults who did not acquire formal education also get education. Alan Kodeche-Martin, a former trade minister, is also on board the campaign. He's also been talking about the fact that one of the greatest hallmarks of every government must be policies that affect the rest of the people and job creation. He said every government has one way of social development, i.e., but what distinguishes a very good government from the other is the policies that will affect or inure to the benefits of the general masses, which he said the NDC have admitted failed to do so. He said the MPP have thought through all the policies that is in trumpeting, and he believes that when they are given the mandate, the MPP will execute policies that will better the lot of the people. At this Moon conference, Nanado expressed shock about the crowd who met in conference. He said he has taken intelligence and he has taken a lot of the thoughts about the Zoom constituency concerning this year's election. He said almost all the reports he hears does not go in favor of the MP. But when he got to Zoom and he saw the crowd who have passed up to meet him, he is now convinced that the NPP will retain the Zoom seat and then also win massively in the Zoom conference. So briefly, this is what he's talking about. Today, Nanado break on his tour. We are told he has an engagement in Accra and in Texas. Tomorrow, he will return to the Eastern region and go to Achimota constituency, Achiasis, Wedgo, and Marsic constituency in the area. And he will wrap up the entire campaign for this year's election in the Eastern region.
All right, thank you very much. And that is Maxwell Kudako of our sister station, Adom FM, in the Eastern region, bringing us a wrap of the MPP leaders campaign there. Now, we're still staying with the MPP because the party has called on the police to call for fresh dialogue with political parties in the Ayawaso West constituency, or Ayawaso East rather, constituency, to avert further clashes in the area ahead of next month's presidential and parliamentary elections. The call comes as political parties prepare for another round of weekend Keep Fit walk as part of their campaigns towards the polls. The party accused the NDC's East Ayawaso chairman, Olabode Williams, of an alleged plot to harm the party's presidential candidate, Nana Akufo-Addo. Parliamentary candidate for the area, Peter Miracle, alleges that the NDC constituency chairman hired thugs to attack Nana Akufo-Addo as far back as last month. Well, the NDC has denied the allegations and they have challenged the MPP to show proof of their claims. Joseph Addo-Koka is chairman of the NDC in the Greater Accra region.
That planned the whole march, health walk. So I don't know what he's talking about. And on that day, Olabode was nowhere near, but he was rather ahead of us organizing his people. So I don't know what they are talking about. Look, let me tell you something. This matter is being overflogged. The matter is with the police, and people should not try to throw sand into the curry. The harm has been caused by what they did. And now they are finding ways and means of trying to put blame on other people. I mean, where did Olabode go and sit to plan? He must bring the evidence. I mean, this must be evidence-based, not somebody hearsay. Olabode was nowhere near
fracas. So they shouldn't bring themselves. The matter, I've asked them to give me evidence of a footage, but they have CCTV cameras there. So if they can produce evidence of Olabode being there or planning, we'll take this up.
Well, their claim is that Olabode planned over a month before the incident, and they had reported to the police that they suspected something of a sort. And so that incident confirmed the sort of hunch that they had earlier.
You know, this program was thought of a few weeks ago, with Olabode not even knowing that we are going to have a health war that will come to their constituency.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know where Olabode went to sit to hatch the idea that sooner or later there's going to be a health war that is going to come through his constituency for him to hatch that plan. Don't forget that this is something that was orchestrated by...
Well, meanwhile, the IGP has been speaking on the violence last Sunday, violence in front of the MPP presidential candidate's residence at Nima. He says the situation could have been better handled by police.
As the Special General Police of this Republic, I know I'm very much in charge. I don't know whether it's by plan or design, but all these distractions and all this name calling, I don't take them as anything at all. In this position, I will have to. Those are the nuances. But unfortunately for us, those of us at this side, we can't talk. But we must remember that we are also human. But we as a police force will remain focused. We shall not be distracted. Try to ensure that we go according to our mandate and deliver Ghana a very successful elections. As at now, that's our main duty. And no distraction will let us go off course.
And sir, I know you have said that the Sunday event is still being investigated, but just recently the president commented on it and said that your men did not meet up to standard in terms of responding proactively to whatever happened on Sunday. What have you got to say on that?
Well, I'll say that the president's analysis and statements are correct because we sent him the report. I came and did a report start through the night to about 5 a.m. and made sure that a report was sent to looking at the nature of the issue for him to be able to comment on it. So what he said was objective report that was based on facts and analysis from the IGP's office.
But so far, what have you got on that?
And still on health walks, the governing NDC has suspended a planned health walk that was expected to take place in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Here is a member of the party's organizing committee, Kojo Bonsu.
I'm sure you've also heard about the demise of our dear Asante Hima. As such, we, the NDC, have decided to postpone the much advertised walk, the gargantuan walk that was going to bring in all the big people as the creme de la creme of NDC, the president, M. Dinketia, the vice president, name it, all the big names of NDC were coming down here for the walk. Even though it's not sitting down well with our party members, the hierarchy of the party have decided to postpone the walk just because we respect tradition, we respect the Asante Council, because they came out with a communique that we shouldn't drum and dance. So NDC is respecting the tradition and the rules and the laws of Nigeria. So that is the main reason why we have postponed this gargantuan walk. It is being postponed indefinitely because we don't know the arrangements of Nigeria Palace.
And you're welcome back. Now, let's go back to this story of reports in the Sunafo South constituency that the MPP parliamentary candidate, George Boache, has been attacked at his residence. He joins us on the line. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay, can you confirm these reports that suggest that you were attacked at your residence last night? Were you attacked?
Yes, I was attacked.
By who?
By known NDC tax from Sankore.
I beg your pardon?
Known NDC tax from Sankore.
Have you reported the matter to the police?
Yes, I'm in the police station right now.
I see.
When the thing happened yesterday night, I called in the police. By the time they came, they had gone.
When you say known NDC thugs, are you saying these are people you can identify?
Yes, yes, I can identify them. I know them.
And what provoked the attack, if I may ask?
I don't know. They can explain it. Because I went around yesterday, I came very late in the night. I decided not to go to any place but to rest. And around 9:30, this incident happened. So they can tell me exactly what I did to warrant such an attack.
I see. And so what are the police, what assurances have the police given you with respect to investigations into this matter?
They've asked me to write a report, and they have detailed some policemen to take charge of the house.
So you did say that these are people that you can identify. Who are they exactly?
Yes.
Who are they exactly? You say they are known thugs in the community and that they are NDC members. Who are they?
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm now at the police station writing a report. I will give all names to the police. But what I want to tell you is that they are known NDC activists.
Very well.
They are all from Sankore.
Okay, very well. We'll leave it here and get updates later subsequently in our bulletins. But today has been a sad day for the Progressive People's Party. A very leading member of the party was laid to rest today. You remember her. She was a former running mate to the PPP presidential candidate, Dr. Papakwesi Indum, and the parliamentary candidate for the Klote Kole constituency, Eva Loko. She was laid to rest today after she passed away in October this year from a short illness. And there you see on your screens images of the burial ceremony. And our condolences go to the party as well as to the family of Madam Eva Loko. And on that sad note, we end Election Brief. Join the same time next week. The Pulse with Francis Aban is up next.